Good morning everybody and welcome back to Full Throttle Drive. Thank you as always for joining me on the channel. So we have some exciting news. The C8 Corvette has a new render and it's not a 2D render that I've been showing you tons of pictures of. It's a 3D render and I cannot wait to show it to you. It gives you a much better idea of what the new C8 Corvette will look like. Even just pictures of vehicles do not give you the true understanding of the form, the features that a car has. That's why I made a comment in a few videos back talking about pictures don't always do a car justice. There are many pictures I've seen of Lamborghinis, Ferraris, where it looks good, but I'm just like, you know, it just looks good. And then you go see it in person, you see the lines, you see just the architecture that is built, the art itself that is built into the car. Just seeing those lines, seeing the curves, the way the car is made, it's just beautiful. It just does not do it justice in 2D photography. And so having this 3D render is awesome. Now before we get to the render, I want to clear something up. The last C8 video I made talking about the Corvette at the Nürburgring, it's done exceptionally well, and thank you guys so much for the support. I can't truly thank you enough. It has over 50,000 views as of now, and I've gotten a ton of comments on it. And a lot of those comments are great. It's people, you know, giving their input about it, but I've also seen a very similar comment multiple times, and that is that the new Corvette looks like a Ferrari. It's a Ferrari knockoff. It's all of this. And I kind of want to clear something up. Yes, the new C8, especially the renderings, does have some similarities. But I think there's a major reason why people are seeing that, and that is the iconic Corvette platform has been an engine in front of the drivers, a long nose. It's not hard for it to be distinguished from other vehicles. Now I have heard people say they've actually seen the new C7 Corvette coming up from a distance and mistook it for a Ferrari. So there's already kind of been that, a little bit of a overlap. So there are some design features that certainly encapsulate both of the cars in some ways, but for the most part, the current Corvette platform, the engine in front of the drivers with the long hood, has been distinguishable from any other car. So people like that. Moving to the mid-engine, rear mid-engine design that the new C8 Corvette platform is going to be built off of, it is going to look a lot like mid-engine cars. That's just part of it. It's going to look like Ferraris. Now the Ferrari 488 is probably what looks the closest to some of these drawings. Now the new C8 definitely comes to a point, maybe actually more like the LaFerrari front. Now it's nowhere near as large and wide, but if we look at, you know, the LaFerrari front and then we actually look at the 488 in general, you can see a little bit of a similarity. And again, a lot has to do with it's just the mid-engine design. Of course you have like what I have, the R8, and of course it's covered, but my R8 does look different than anything. So that shows you that a mid-engine can look different. But I want to say that it's certainly the mid-engine design. Changing that aspect over, these new renderings look so much like a Ferrari. I don't think in person it's going to just look like a complete copycat. They may, as I said, share some similarities, but it will not be just identical from one to the other. Chevy, GM, they will put their own touches on it, and you will see that. As we look at those pictures side by side, you're seeing the 488, it has these large hunches in the back. The rear quarter panels that you're seeing look completely different. The air intake sits up over the back of the rear quarter panels. You really have the air intakes on the side of the C8 Corvette. That's a huge difference. The rear is going to look completely different, but the overall general aspect that you see of the car, the general shape, is certainly starting to have a little bit of overlap. But as I said, that is to be expected. But I wanted to clarify that up with a lot of you guys. You know, it's not going to change the fact that a lot of people think there's just too much overlap, and a lot of people have not enjoyed the renderings. I'm hoping maybe this 3D render changes some of your mind. Some people are just going to be dead set, and that's okay. You have that right to have the opinion that the original design, the current, I should say, design of the Corvettes with the engine in the front, that's just how it should be. And so some people may never bite on this new design layout. However, I think it looks great, and seeing this new 3D render, giving us an idea of what the car is going to look like as best in person, to me really pushes it over the top for how good it's going to look, and definitely going to improve a lot of the performance aspects of the car. So let's go ahead and look at that rendering. So now as you are seeing the rendering, you're seeing it kind of move. It is a CAD design that's been built out. I of course did not do the design. Some of you may have already seen it before, but as you're looking at it, it just looks really good. It looks a lot different than a lot of the pictures, but if you stop at the side view, it's not all that different from renderings that we've seen so far. There are a few subtle changes that we're seeing. However, just having that 3D aspect completely changes the look. I really had a problem with the rear of the C8 Corvette. From what I've seen, even just in the 2D pictures of the prototype, of not the renderings, but the actual car that's out been testing and tracking, I really didn't like the rear, but this 3D design model gives me a better look at it, and it's growing on me a little bit more. It doesn't look as bad as what, you know, some of the previous pictures I've seen. So I'm really liking the rear a lot more, and I think the front looks phenomenal. I really like the side air intakes. I'm not sold on yet. It does kind of look like again, that kind of switchback design, kind of a cut. It does kind of look like my Audi R8, the side intakes. So we'll see. I'm very interested to see as this render continues to be tweaked. We will see that as we get better photos of the C8 Corvette. Now they are saying, I'm getting word as I read more, that Detroit Auto Show may in fact be the time that it's going to be debuted. So that would be January. Very exciting. We're not that far. We're past the half mark in October, so you know, you have November, December left of the year, and then you're coming up on January. It will be here before we know it, and we will have a lot more concrete evidence of what's going on with the C8 Corvette, and I will be here to share that with you guys. I cannot wait. Thank you guys again for all of your support. I've appreciated it. This has been so much fun to do. I cannot wait to see exactly what we have in store for the new C8 Corvette design. I can't wait to get my hands on it. I'm going to be purchasing one unless it is just out of the realm of possibility. If they really come in at $150,000, as some people are saying, again, I completely disagree. I feel like they'd be pricing everybody out of the market by doing that, but nobody has the answers. If you guys have any questions, comments, drop them below. I do want to say thank you to all that have reached out about the Cover King. I will put another link in the description below if you guys are interested. A lot of you have had some comments about it from my previous video where I put it on. Awesome covers. Very, very impressed. Easy to work with. The other day I had to get in it. I just popped up the side of the cover, and again, very, very good design. And it's specified to your vehicle. Like, you don't just buy a one-fits-all vehicle. You actually pick your vehicle. They make it made in California, and then they ship it to you. So again, put the link in the description if you're interested in that. Again, thank you guys. You all take care, and we'll see you next time, as always.